All right. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everyone. Um, okay. Stuck. Okay, good. Well, today we are going to cover the second stage 2 of conflicts. First of all, I want to remind you that conflicts are everywhere. Conflicts are at home, at work, and everywhere you can go to, there are conflicts, and you're going to face conflicts. So we thought it would be best for us to help people deal with conflicts, whenever conflicts come around. So, we're on stage 2 of conflict, and we're going to give you the characteristics. Number one, I want you to remember that, when you have moved from stage 1 of conflict to stage 2, in stage 2, things tend to be a little more difficult, a little bit more harder than in stage 1, which is why it is wise to deal with the conflict while you are still in stage 1, because in stage 2, that's where now fighting, physical fights come in, and verbal insulting or cursing comes out, because people will say, like, I'm tired of these things, and so people tend to be more physical, more verbal, and all that. So they lose respect when you get to when the conflict gets to stage 2. And it is also in stage 2 where people quit jobs. It is in stage 2 where people, husbands and wife fight, and even wives can leave, or break up with their like boyfriends and girlfriends. Is the stage That's the stage in which they break up. Why? Because now they have moved from stage 1. You ignored the problem while you are still in stage 1, and now you're in stage 2. And in stage 2, things tend to be more difficult, more hard. No, people have lost patience there. And so people keep track of verbal victories and record mistakes, imaginary conflicts. Scores are tallied. People have difficult managing conflict at stage 2 because it is easier to walk away rather than maintain the commitment necessary to manage it. People, would rather choose to leave the place, or whether the job, or the relationship where this conflict is involved, rather than, resolving the conflict. Because the conflict is more complex at this stage, problems can no longer be managed with coping strategies, which is coping strategy, remember, is what we saw in the stage 1. You can use the coping strategy, but now in stage 2, you can no longer use what stage coping strategy. So come on, people, the problem, discussion of issues prove vital because people and the problem have become so entangled. You begin to hear generalizations such as the fathom facts, schisms, and nutrients become the survival tactics, ways to handle. Now we're going to look at how to handle conflicts at stage 2. Create a safe atmosphere, provide an environment where everyone is secure, make the setting informal, have an agenda, establish neutral tough, be in control. You must be in control. Be hard on the fact, soft on the people. All right. In other words, love the person, love the people, but you must be hard on the fact, on the problem, on the issue that you are dealing with, right there, right? Wrong, in other words, wrong must remain to be wrong. Right is always right. But even the one that is wrong you must also be able to show love to that person. You must be able to separate him from the wrong, not Yeah, I guess you get what I'm saying. You must be able to love the person but hate what he did or what he is doing. And so take an extended amount of time to get, okay, be hard on the facts and soft on the people. Take an extended amount of time to get every detail. Clarify generalizations. Who are they? Is always an accurate statement. Question whether any fact was missed. Number 3, do the initial work as a team, sharing in responsibilities for finding an alternative everyone can live with. Stress the necessity of equal responsibility. Do not carry this load for the group, which is a tendency of conflict managers. Look for middle ground, but do not suggest compromise. Compromise implies giving up cherished points. Instead, creativity look for the middle ground by focusing on the points of agreement. I think we spoke about this in stage 1, that when you are dealing with a problem, sometimes it's always best to look for a middle ground, focusing, complement what the other person does best, things that the person is good at, and and so by the time you talk, you mention, or you turn your focus into that which is not right or is wrong, then at least the person now knows that you also recognize the good that the things that the person is good at. So in other words, it's always good to love the person and show love to the person, if it's a person, before he before he commits a mistake or something like that. And so but not suggest compromise. I think we spoke about that. Allow time to pull competing parties towards acceptable grounds, without forcing issues of concession. Remember, it is much harder to compete sitting next to someone than across the table, or sit in circle. When you notice comments such that focus on either or black and white thinking, conflict has escalated in stage 3. So I think, in conclusion, you must be skillful in dealing with stage 2, because remember, stage 2 was stage 1 at the beginning and has escalated to stage 2, and now you are dealing with a conflict that might jump from 2 to 3. If you are not skillful enough, you might even cause the matter to be worse than it is right now on stage 2. So you remember, first of all, separate the problem from the person, or separate the person from the problem. Show love to the person, but be hard on the problem. All right, that's point number 1. Number 2, you must be able, you must be calm yourself. You must be calm yourself. I am coming back again with stage 3, and then we will be able to see what do you have to do in stage 3. In this stage, you must be prepared to hear words, of anger that come out because of anger, but you must be polite enough to know that these people, one thing that I have heard people say is that anger is madness. In other words, if a person is angry, can do anything, can say anything, but that means that it's a short-term madness. The person is mad at that particular moment when the person is angry, but when he comes back to normal, you will be able to separate the guy who was angry to the person that is normal. And so let's just pray about everything and make sure that we live in peace with everyone, at work, even in our own families. We are going to face conflicts, but that doesn't mean that we have to hate one another, but you need to be able to deal with conflicts in a way that we have, in the best way we can. Yes. May God bless you guys. Yes, may God bless you. Let's keep each other in prayers so that we can have wisdom enough to deal with conflicts whenever they arise. God bless you.